Aquarius. This is your reading for the week of March 16th, or whenever you hear it and it resonates, and it won't be for every Aquarius. Aquarius, what I'm getting for you, my dears, is this. Can you please try not to be quite such a perfectionist? Because what I'm feeling as I'm doing this is that you are taking notes of everything. And what I'm seeing is literally like lists, but it's not just lists. It's lists with like perfect printing and is the paper exactly the right size? And there's a part of you, I feel like some of you are getting ready for something to change or getting ready for some kind of event. And my feeling as I'm doing this is that it's something that ideally you would be enjoying, and the preparation of it too. And what Spirit is saying is this is a perfect opportunity for you to look at some of the patterns that you've had around perfectionism and how that has created struggle for you. And it's created struggle for you not just in the actual event of what you're doing or planning, but it's created a bit of a struggle mentality around staying in situations in order to prove yourself, in order to prove that either you were right or that you can do it or that you're better than you think somebody thinks you are. And what they're saying is, my dears, my gosh, if you could spend a little bit more time really owning what you like about yourself and what you have liked, you'd find this much easier. And I know many of you have already worked through a lot of this. But what they're saying is this is a pattern, this perfectionism thing. It really comes out of the concern about not being good enough. What you're being told is this, and it's kind of important because this is how it's going to allow you to move forward and do the kind of things you would like to do and expand beyond the things that you know you can already do well. So what they're saying is this. Whatever you're doing, whatever job you're doing, and when I say job, I don't mean necessarily something you get paid for. Whenever you are involved in doing something and you find yourself getting stressed you find yourself getting really, really anal retentive about the details, like this has got to be this and this has got to be that. Can you step back for a minute and say, okay, what am I liking about this moment? Where can I find excitement, appreciation in this moment? So for example, if you're thinking about how you're going to set a table for a dinner party, you can get all nervous about whether or not you've got the right cutlery, whether or not you've got matching napkins. You can really worry about a lot of details on it. Or you can step back and say, what are the dishes that I most like and would like to share? I'm going to put those out. And another way you might do it is, I've been waiting so long to have this dinner party. Isn't it great that I'm getting to have it and now I'm getting to build it? So it can be how you do things. It can be the attitude with which you do them. As long as you are willing to focus on what you like in any given moment, that's going to help get you out of the perfectionism of it being better or different. So it's really asking you to stay present now with what you're doing. So even if you're setting the dinner table for a dinner you're having tomorrow, which some people do, not me, but some people, of course I have a cat, so that wouldn't work. But some people do that. They will prepare their table the day before. Even if it's for the day after, what Spirit is asking you to do is stay in the moment of what you're creating. Because listen, Aquarius, even if it is setting a table or placing your pillows on the bed or whatever you're doing in your home is very often your creative outlet. Your home is very often your canvas, Aquarius. So you're being told, enjoy the creative process. Let yourself focus on the act of creating and enjoying that moment rather than being so attached to worrying about what people are going to think that you let the situation overtake you when it really doesn't need to. You're You are good enough. But now look, this is where you get to look at your patterns. So if you find yourself going into that, check in with it, because the reality is, Aquarius, we all have, I believe most of us have, I would say, I'll just say everybody. Human comes in with real concerns about whether or not we're enough, whether or not we're good enough, whether or not we are good enough, whether or not we are connected and loved by God, whether or not we belong, whether or not we are valuable, whether or not we have a right to be alive. There are so many different ways that we can experience that sense of dislocation and not belonging in the earth and not belonging in community. And for a lot of us, it means facing that deep, deep, deep wound of not enough. And of course, most of us try to avoid that. But part of the healing process is getting to that and then realizing that that's just a thought and a feeling that can move and change. And it feels like it can't change because it feels so deep and so old, but it can, Aquarius. And this is a time where you get to really look at any pattern that you're using to avoid feeling that feeling, because that is a very healing feeling. You've got this, who says why not? It's asking you to challenge the voices that tell you you're not enough. And especially when you hear them in your own head and you say them to yourself. And it might not be, I'm not enough. It might be, oh, that was so stupid. Or, I should have known better. Or, why didn't I ever? Those voices are also linked to that old not enough thing. Okay? So again, please focus on what you like doing, what you like about yourself. Whenever you start going into struggle mode, perfectionism mode, stand back and say, what am I liking about this? How can I make this a positive experience rather than a I have to kind of thing? And does this give me information and material for me to use as a way to understand and get back to whatever that I'm not enough feeling is, as a way to move it and change it and really set your creativity free with that sense of I have a right to be anything and everything I want to be, and I am always enough. Okay? You are enough, Aquarius. God bless you. Take good care of yourselves.